Sunrise and streaming on crossroadstoday.com. A 4-day pause in the Israel-Hamas war began this morning. We share the latest. Plus, in Victoria, police are looking for this 19-year-old woman. Amanda Stevenson was last seen earlier this week. More details coming up. Plus, the chief of staff for the U.S. Department of Defense Education Activity was arrested during a human trafficking operation in Georgia. Those details and more coming up on Sunrise.
Once again, the sun coming up there in Cuero. We see the lightening of the sky. A few clouds out there. Rain chances on the rise. Yes. When will that be? Temperatures on the decrease as well. We'll take a look coming up.
History at AT&T Stadium. Find out what coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Astrain.
I'm Trey Manning.
And today it's the 24th day of November 2023. It's now 6:31 on our Friday morning, and it is Celebrate Your Unique Talent Day.
Yes, everybody is unique.
Yes, and everyone has a unique talent. Trey, you're saying you're a rather talented sketch artist.
I've sketched for many years and did some oil painting for many years, off and on, so I like to do that. So I've increased my abilities as I went over the years, so maybe one day I'll sell a painting or drawing, you never know.
I'm gonna go to Trey's show.
There you go, do that, yes.
Well, Trey, how's it looking out there?
Well, it's looking like cloudy skies will continue to rule our region here with cool temperatures to start, then mild by the afternoon. Let's get into what's going on right now. Once again, there's a live view from Cuero, and temperatures on the hour here, 61 degrees is holding on that number in Port O'Connor. Down 10 degrees as you head toward the north, Port Lavaca, 51 degrees. And 40 still hanging in from Victoria northward. Even some upper 30s. Look at that, 37 degrees in Gonzales. That's the coldest temperature I'm seeing so far, with the warmest temperature down on the coast, Port O'Connor 61. So a good spread of temperatures north to south. And the feel like temperature throughout the day, starting off with a cool side light jacket or sweater in the early morning, especially to about mid-morning. And may not need it by the afternoon with temperatures, feel like temperatures near 70 degrees or topping that. And so the radar, keeping it on the quiet side, not any echoes you see anywhere near our region here so far, but that'll be changing in time. Take a look at the high temperature for yesterday. Turkey Day was 59 degrees, low 43 degrees, so definitely below normal. Our averages are 72 and 49. And no rain yesterday, of course. Yesterday, 0 on the rain chances. And also that will be the case again today, but the rain chance will be increasing. We still need rainfall. We're 3 inches, about 3.5 inches or so under normal for the year. So all rain is appreciated. We're still quite dry around here, but we're catching up the last few weeks though. We'll catch up again coming up by the weekend and maybe again for next week sometime. When will that be exactly, and how cool will the temperatures get behind the front this weekend? Chilly, I'll tell you that much. Give the details coming up later on. And the full forecast to come, we'll take a look at that full 7-day outlook. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey. A 4-day pause in the Israel-Hamas war began this morning. A spokesman for Qatar's Foreign Ministry announced the news today in Doha. The pause began Friday at 7 a.m. local time. That's midnight Eastern, and the first group of captive civilians will be delivered around 9 a.m. Eastern. That's 8 a.m. Central Time, so that's in about 2 hours, less than 2 hours. Qatar says that the first batch of civilians will include 13 women and children. We'll have more on this story later on Sunrise. Victoria police report a 19-year-old woman is missing. Amanda Stevenson is 5 feet 1 inch tall, weighs 125 pounds, has black hair and brown eyes. She was last seen last Sunday, November 19th. If you have any information on her whereabouts, contact Victoria Crime Stoppers at 361-572-4200. Former Matagorda County Sheriff's Office Patrol Sergeant Stephen Riddles was arrested in connection to a disturbance where a firearm was discharged inside his family home Sunday morning. The Bay City Tribune reports the 47-year-old was arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. His bond is set at $200,000 with conditions that he not interact with family members. One of the boys inside the home at the time was reported to have minor injuries, including redness on his face and scratches on his arms. The chief of staff for the U.S. Department of Defense Education Activity was arrested during a human trafficking operation in Georgia. 64-year-old Stephen Hovanek was one of 24 people arrested last Wednesday in Coweta County. Hovanek was charged with pandering, while the others faced prostitution, pimping, and drug charges. DOJ DEA is one of 2 federally operated school districts. It oversees education from pre-K to 12th grade for the Department of Defense and operates 160 schools in 11 countries. Hovannik has since been released from jail and is currently on leave. More details developing about the vehicle explosion on that Rainbow Bridge on the U.S.-Canada border crossing. The FBI says their investigation of the scene does not appear to be terrorism related. They're looking at the incident as a traffic investigation. This comes after a vehicle sped toward a border checkpoint on the U.S. side of the bridge, hit a booth, and exploded. The driver and the passenger of that vehicle were killed, and officials have since announced that the Rainbow Bridge is now open. The 97th annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade marched down the streets of New York City on Thursday. This year's parade featured a variety of performers, including 25 balloons, 31 floats, and 18 all-star performers. The parade also made some strange history, marking the debut of the first ever balloon themed after NFT characters, Cool Cats. The 2.5-mile route, of course, also had everyone crowding up to see the couple everyone wants to see, that Santa and Mrs. Claus. And this year's celebrity Mrs. Claus was actress Cheryl Lee Ralph. Houston's Uptown holiday lighting event's indefinite cancellation has left families feeling less festive.
I asked the security at Marshall's, and it got me upset that there was no fireworks today.
With cotton candy and flashing trinkets in hand, hundreds of people were left to wander aimlessly down Post Oak, waiting for the 35th annual Uptown holiday lighting to happen, but it never did.
Normally we park at the Randalls, and we always end up walking towards the street. And then when we pulled up to the Randalls, there wasn't anyone there.
Confused, upset, where are the holiday festivities that have become a tradition for so many Houston families? The Uptown District announced earlier this month and posted a reminder to Facebook on Monday saying, quote, "Please note the Uptown holiday lighting will no longer occur."
I'm very interested and curious to figure out if there's any underlying reason or if there's anything that we as a Houston community can do.
With little explanation to go off of, the people of all ages who showed up still tried to make the best of it.
We're just gonna go walk around and see the Christmas lights, show my uncle around, yes. But it's sad that we don't get to see the fireworks.
Holding out hope that the event will be back next year.
One of the greatest memories from all time is just coming here yearly with other folks, other communities of other folks, and just spending that time together, seeing the concerts and all of the presentations that they put up for the year.
And that leads us to your viewer poll. We want to know, did you start decorating for the winter holiday season? Okay, let's take a look. 33% of you say yes, and 67% of you say no. Thank you for taking part in this morning's viewer poll. And the City of Victoria has called for a special election for mayor set February 3rd. The city will host an informational session next Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Just show up at City Council chambers and you'll learn more about the duties of mayor. Jeff Bachnight formally resigned to run for the State District 30 House seat, and the deadline to file for that mayoral ballot is December 4th. Remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. The time is now 6:39 on our Friday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. A Victoria holiday tradition continued Thursday.
A ceasefire in the fighting between Israel and Hamas has officially begun. We're still waiting to find out who of those hostages will be released today. I'm Liz Landers in Washington with all of the details about these negotiations and what's next.
Okay, cloudy skies will encompass the area again today. Some breaks in the cloud cover, much will be kind of hit and miss. That'll help the temperatures rise near 70 degrees today. But front to the north moving through by the weekend, giving us some cool temperatures and increasing the rain chances for us. We'll give you the details coming up next in your forecast.
This is what's coming up on Community Crossroads this weekend. We first sit down with the Food Bank of the Golden Crescent, followed by South Texas Blood and Tissue Center, and of course the Victoria Ballet. And we end with a musical performance and interview with Reagan Hicks.
'Cause I hate the way you smile When he looks you in the eyes, I don't know what.
Good morning, and happy Friday. Cloudy skies, mostly dry conditions for us today. Winds from the east and northeast, keeping that somewhat moist area in place and continue to get more unstable as we have moisture coming in from the south and southwest ahead of the next front, which is right here. It's been hanging out in the Oklahoma Panhandle area for the last few days, but it's finally going to get a push to push it south and push it through our area, coming up by your Sunday, the way it looks at this point, with good rain chances and falling temperatures behind it. We're still on the cool side here, about 4 or 5 degrees under normal expected today, with a much cooler air to the north, even some 30s up there in the Panhandle area, up there from Amarillo to Lubbock. But that cool air will make its way into our region here and giving us some reinforcing cool air to head our way. And after a little bit of a mild trend today and tomorrow. And looking at the tropics, there's one area of disturbed weather. They're seeing some tropical activity potential with this, moving to the north, not out of the picture for the Atlantic Basin, but pretty much no bother anyone else outside of that. Pretty much on the clear side everywhere else. And hurricane season ends on the 30th of this month. Full forecast for us, though, comes up a little bit later on. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey. We now take a look at the latest in sports with sports reporter Zach Brown.
Dallas looking to extend its winning streak to a modest 3 games now. Dak Prescott going to hit Brandon Cooks for 6. Now in the fourth, still just a 2-possession game until Dak finds CeeDee for the TD, and the route is officially on. But the biggest play of the day came on defense from Darren Bland. If he returns this, it's his 5th pick 6, which would be a record. He somehow stays on his feet in history in Arlington for the second-year 5th-round draft pick, the first to record 5 pick 6s in one season. We've still got 6 games to go. The Cowboys are 8-3. Well, it's Friday, and we want to remind everyone we still have 9 teams playing for a state title. One of these teams right down the road here in Victoria. The West Warriors get a rematch with the Miller Buccaneers. That game is today at 5 p.m. at Buck Stadium. And, of course, the Warrior fans are going to show out, but the Warriors getting some unexpected words of encouragement from a country music star.
West Warriors, Parker McCollum here. Heard y'all got a pretty big game coming up this weekend. Just wanted to pop in and wish you guys big time luck. Go out there and put it to them. Those days right there are going to go quick, so enjoy every second of them. And hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. Walk away with the W. Go lay it on them. Go hit somebody. Peace, y'all.
Yep, that was country music star Parker McCollum with the kind words for the West Warriors. Also rocking the Texans hat in the video as well. Great all-around clip. Good luck to all 9 of our area teams competing for a state championship. With your 25 Sports Now, I'm Zach Brown.
Thank you, Zach. All right, we want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV. Just using Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, or Android TV. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. Now we turn to the latest on the conflict in the Middle East. Israel and Hamas have struck a deal for a temporary ceasefire that has started. Israeli officials confirmed that a preliminary list of names of the hostages have been received and that they're in touch with families as the deal goes into effect shortly.
This morning, anticipation for the first release of hostages set to be freed in mere hours in a deal struck between Israel and Hamas. Israeli officials announcing that a ceasefire began this morning. Qatari officials expect the first hostages to be released a few hours later. The initial group released by Hamas will be 13 women and children in exchange for Palestinian prisoners. The deal will last 4 days. Families of hostages remaining hopeful despite delays.
I still fear for his life, and we know nothing about him, about his medical situation and so on. And it's a nightmare to wait.
And President Biden, when asked if he expects the youngest known American hostage, Abigail Adnan, to be released,
my fingers crossed.
Also new after Israeli forces allege the Al-Shifa hospital contained a Hamas command and control center beneath the campus.
Now that the irrefutable truth of Hamas's exploitation of hospitals in Gaza is in full display to the world,
they announced the director of the hospital was arrested and transferred for questioning about any knowledge of Hamas using Al-Shifa. The deal struck between Israel and Hamas also includes passage for humanitarian aid trucks with food, fuel, and medical supplies into Gaza. Hamas also says that during the ceasefire, Israeli planes will stop flying over northern Gaza for 6 hours a day. In Washington, Liz Landers, ABC News.
A Victoria holiday tradition continued Thursday. The Salvation Army of Victoria hosted its annual community Thanksgiving dinner. About 275 people were served a meal that included grilled pork chops, green beans, potato salad, green salad, and desserts. Residents could also take home goodie bags with potatoes and bread. For the first time in 4 years, the Salvation Army of Victoria dinner was held inside of its headquarters at 1302 North Lewis Street. The time is now 6:48 on our Friday morning. Still to come, hear how a pregnant woman and her dog were able to survive an attack from a pack of canines. Okay, time to celebrate some birthdays. Wishing Susan a very special 60th birthday. I'm thinking Susan is the plant mom of one of these, of this bloom actually here. Happy birthday to Susan.
All right, wishing you a happy birthday, belated birthday that is, to Sebastian, 12 years old. Hope you had a great day from Mom, Dad, Everly, Sadie, May, and Grandpa. We all love you.
And happy second birthday to Domani from Mom and Dad. We love you. Hope you're enjoying your day.
And happy birthday also to Yolanda Villarreal from her sons, daughter, grandson, and all the family. We love you so much.
And happy birthday to Modern Family actress Sarah Hyland. She's turning 33 years young today. Happy birthday.
All right, to see your birthday wish live on 25 News on Sunrise, come to crossroadstoday.com, click on More on the Home. You'll see there the KBU Submit Your Birthday.
All right, the time is now 6:49 on our Friday morning. Happy birthday if you're celebrating one today or maybe this weekend.
We'll be right back. Good morning, good morning. Let's take a look at the temperatures. Currently in the 40s to the north and near 41, 42 degrees now, increasing a little bit up there in Gonzales and in Nixon. Still staying near 60 degrees along the Media Coast, 40s and 50s for the Victoria region. As we go throughout the day, more mild air comes into play with temperatures in the 60s or so by the afternoon time. So mild afternoon again today and tomorrow. Rain chances on the rise, not so much today. Keeping it on the dry side, it's not seeing any rain echoes on the forecast chart so far for the future tracker. I said so far because they will be appearing. All right, plan my day for Port Lavaca. Temperatures in the upper 60s for the daytime high with east and southeasterly winds. And then Cuero for the day. Temperatures in the mid 60s as well. Cloudy to partly cloudy skies. More clouds and sun, I'm thinking. And pretty mild today and tomorrow. Rain chance 50% for Saturday late in the day as the front gets closer to us and moves on through. And we get a pretty good cool down coming up for next week. Monday and Tuesday's highs only in the 50s. That's it. With the lows in the 40s, rebounding a little bit by Wednesday and Thursday with another rain chance by then as well.
Neighbors and family run to the rescue during a freak attack in Kentucky. Nicole Huff says 4 dogs got out in her neighborhood last week and attacked her dog Cooper. Huff, who is pregnant, tried to protect Cooper but started getting mauled herself. Neighbor Terry Grimes, her husband, another neighbor's uncle, and a third man rushed to the screams and piled up to help Huff and Cooper using brute strength rope and duct tape. Huff and Cooper are recovering with a little help from Grimes and her homemade comfort foods. For 10 years, the Brookfield Zoo in Illinois has treated its lemurs to a Thanksgiving feast. And this year's dinner celebrated the 50th anniversary of a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. And just like the TV special, the lemurs dined on popcorn, toast, apple juice, and jelly beans made of strawberry and lime sugar-free gelatin. Still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. Many stores started offering Black Friday deals even before the turkey was served. Many stores were open yesterday, but several were also open for those shoppers getting out early for those Black Friday deals. And the days of camping outside a store have become a thing of the past. More and more stores are opening up on Thanksgiving Day. Among the most popular items were TV sets and computers. And some retailers began rolling out waves of Black Friday deals weeks before Thanksgiving, slashing prices on everything from televisions to small appliances to AirPods and clothes. The next major campaign for the Salvation Army of Victoria starts today. The Red Kettle campaign will be in 4 places, including both Walmart, Sam's Club, and Hobby Lobby. And this year, they'll have kettles at the Walmarts and Brookshire Brothers stores in Cuero and Hallettsville. Last year's Red Kettle campaign in the Crossroads raised $65,000.
That you would help us to continue with our mission for our Life Enrichment Center, our feeding kitchens, our food box services, our shelter, and helping people with rent and utilities and all that we can do. We need your help with that.
You'll have the opportunity to drop a penny in those kettles through December 23rd. And it's late November. That means the annual Christmas in the Park in Cuero has begun. It starts the Monday before Thanksgiving and continues through New Year's Day, and it features hot chocolate, a live nativity set, and some tourists think it's better than any other Christmas demonstration around.
The whole Christmas spirit is in here, the secular part and also the religious part. And it's very inspiring. And we're looking forward to going through the whole park to see everything.
You can tour the park each night between 6 and 10 p.m. And now let's get a look at our weekend holiday forecast with Trey. Trey, I'm going to get on the road today. It's going to be cloudy, no rain, right?
No rain. You should be fine today traveling. Of course, take it easy and watch out for anything on the road that may hinder your travel. Otherwise, the weather's not going to be an issue. Temperatures in 60 or so for Port Lavaca and Cuero today, with mostly cloudy, partly cloudy skies. Looking pretty good for your day today. No rainfall in the upper 60s. Near 70 degrees are topping that by Saturday. Front comes through late in the day, Saturday into Sunday, dropping our temperatures down to the 50s for highs coming up Monday and Tuesday. Another rain chance on Wednesday and Thursday. So overall, looking pretty good overall the time period. A little bit of a chill down by midweek next week and first part next week into midweek. Otherwise, looking pretty good. Get out there, enjoy it, and make it a great weekend and stay safe. Back to you, Carolina.
All right, thank you, Trey, and thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful start to your weekend. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today, and you can join James, Don, Matt, Karina, and Gino today for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10. Happy holidays.
Make it a great day.
It's always a great day with Trey.
That is truth.